Hello. It is, let me pull this back a little bit. I'm on 38. They moved the checkpoint, where the road's closed, the hard closure is, I just talked to Fernando there. I think he's with Statewide, they're like contractors that work the closures and highways. He said the closures right here at Jenks Lake Road East. So you can get up, the public can get up to Jenks Lake Road East. The closure, he said there's closure there, and he said a Chippy's down here. CHP's got down where I'm going to check, up above Heartbar. He said there's another closure, and he said it's getting really dangerous. That road there is getting, that's why they got a Chippy there, I guess, because I know when I was there Monday, there was people driving over the outbound lane collapsed, but it looked like the water's still undercutting it. That's what I was saying. Man, Walter had to get out. He had to go back to Bigger. I said, be careful going over that. And, I meant to ask Fernando. I saw a Vaughn's trailer headed up here at Valley of the Falls. There's no way a Vaughn's trailer made it up here. Because even I wouldn't take a pickup over that. Monday, it's probably worse because the water's still flowing, undercutting it. That's what I'm wondering is, how bad is it? That's why I came up here. But I want to see if how far they probably stopped him at where Fernando is there. It was a Vaughn's trailer. It's like, they can't get the Big Bear this way. You'd think they would know. Hell, it's what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's 4 or 5 days after, and this is well known that the road's blown out up here. I don't understand why, unless somebody didn't tell him. I haven't seen these Stater Bros, but they're notorious for coming over and getting stuck in the snow. They really should let them up here when it's snowing, because like this hill right here is notorious for even four-wheel drives. I've had to sleep here before on this hill. It turns to ice. Like I was up here one time, there was a bunch of fist fights. They were trying to come down from Big Bear, and they were sliding into each other. And they were fist fighting. And I thought, what a bunch of idiots. And I realized, even chained up, it's tough because of the glare ice. Yeah, I'm over here looking at the Peterson's cabin, and that thing's red tag. Looks like there's a red tag there. Yeah, I pulled in there yesterday, but oh yeah, it's eating. Oh yeah, I told him it's going to eat up to the cabin right there. Holy mackerel. Yeah, this river's still flowing, and that tree that fell is pushing it into that cabin right there. The Peterson's cabin, yeah, they got to get some riprap in there or re-divert this stream, because maybe that's why they're red tag. That's terrible. Oh man, I was up here Monday, and they were the mud had pushed the door open, and they were securing the door. I loaned him my D-Wall driver, cordless driver, and he was putting boards up they closed the door, and they were boarding it up so the bears couldn't get in there. Wow. Yeah, she said, I can't remember her name. Kat, I think was her name. She said her grandpa got that in 1912. I guess it was already built, and their family pushed it out. They built on like 2 bedrooms, added like half more to it. And, she grew up there. That's where she spent her summers. And, man, that river's still flowing pretty good. The river's on my right. See right here? There's a couple. See where the river comes around right there? It's going to eat. This is getting sketchy right there. Monday I said, you know what? This could collapse in a couple other places. That river's still coming down right. Let's see, this ain't so bad. It's where the river makes a sharp bend. It eats underneath. Yeah, that one right there, I should get the mile markers on those. And then there was another one up here. That wasn't it. See, it kind of goes away. It's 70, 80 yards over there, which is cool. That used to just be a little dry creek bed. I think I've seen water, but you could hop across it. But now it's some places 50, 80 yards wide. The water really came down right here. There's a couple creeks up here on the right that feed this. Heartbar, the road into Heartbar is blowing out. The road into where Search and Rescue has below that you'll see it coming up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, he was saying 2 months to get this one fixed. There's the road into, it used to be an old forestry camp. Now Search and Rescue uses it. That road right there is blown out. Yeah, they might be able to, oh, there's a pretty good ditch in there. See that right here? I think it's right here. The creek is right there. Yeah, right there on that stretch right there is getting a little sketchy. I would think just a fast thing, you could get riprap and dump it over right there, the big rocks, like you see on jetties, so the waves don't erode the jetty. But this is forestry, so I think they've got to get approval. Plus, you're altering the stream bed, so you just can't. Maybe that's why the Petersons just can't get riprap up here. But I would think forestry, if you don't want to lose 2 or 3 more chunks of the 38, that would be the fastest. I would have had that up here Monday, Tuesday, because it right there at South Fork, man, it's chewed maybe 10, 20 feet more into where the cabin is and toward the highway. And with that stream still flowing like that, here's the turn to Heartbar. Heartbar's blown out bad. Walter was in there. He spent the night there, and the roads buckled. And there was still quite a bit of water coming over that. About a mile and a half above here, at mile marker 35.25 is where it collapsed, the outbound lane. Now, when I was here, it collapsed to the center line. That was Monday. I'm curious. This creek up here ain't as much. The South Fork comes in right there at Heartbar. This, I'm not sure what the name of this creek is, but this creek doesn't have as much flow, thank God. I wanted to fly my drone, but I couldn't. I didn't bring it this time. I should have. But they were flying. The helicopters were flying for. They were evacuating people out of Seven Oaks Monday and Tuesday, I think, too. The AR-306, the air rescue, the sheriff helicopter, he was ferrying people from Seven Oaks up to Highway 38 at Middle Control Road, 2 or 3 at a time. The dogs, I didn't realize, I saw the news report later that night, they can't take the dogs usually because the dogs freak out. And the search and rescue walked them out, fire department. So big thanks to those guys for getting the dogs out and the cats. And I think a couple people walked out with them. A couple people stayed in Seven Oaks. You know, they can't make you leave, but you know, you should leave when they tell you. They usually know what the hell they're talking about. But I guess they were working on get the well working, the water. They said they get the water working. See, the problem is a lot of people are on wells up here, and the mud buried the pumps, the well pumps, or broke the lines. So they can't get in there to fix them. Like Candy in Oak Glen, the mug took out her pump. She thinks she can't get them to look. Oh yeah, definitely hard closure. Now if you can see that.